What was your objection to Leonard Cohen?
It was fucking terrible. That was my objection. It was so I was traveling with Cactus, and we would play music, obviously, in the car. And we were driving down Interstate 80, and I put in a Black Sabbath or an Ozzy Osbourne cassette. And he looked fucking aghast that I had this in. I go, what? He goes, Mikey, we had on Leonard Cohen, and you put in the evil satanic voices of Ozzy Osbourne. So he literally ejects my cassette and throws it out the window. And he puts in back Leonard Cohen. Now, I don't know if people have uh, listened to Leonard Cohen. It's not exactly upbeat. It's not exactly, for me, something driving down the road. It's going to keep you going on a 300-mile drive, but it was fucking terrible. And Mike, you have to appreciate the fine lyrics of Leonard Cohen. As you have for driving down Interstate 80, look at the beautiful fall foliage and the beautiful Mikey nature. You need to appreciate nature. And I'm going, Jesus. Now, he wasn't really doing the Cactus voice. I just do it because if I'm telling a Cactus story, I can't just talk like this because it's not as exciting.
I was going to say it did sound a bit like Terry Funk as well. I was thinking it was Terry in
It's
the
a,
back.
it's a mix. It's a mix. Terry Jack, yeah. But then he said, Mikey, after the show tonight, we're not going to get a hotel. We're going to stay at an Amish bread and breakfast. I said, fuck it. An So I don't know if Amish are people that do not live in the 21st century. They use horse and buggies, no electricity. They keep it old school. And he wanted to stay at an Amish bed and breakfast. So I declined. And I begged Taz and Paulie and Dreamer if I could ride back with them to Philly because I was not staying with Cactus. But that was Leonard Cohen. So many like, and to Cactus, that shit he would use when he turned on me, when he went heel, setting up our singles match we had. This is the shit he would use in promos to talk about why he turned on me. So he turned on me for Leonard Cohen. He turned on me for leaving Doritos on his front seat because he would drop me off at my house because I wasn't driving. He would drop me at my house. I would leave a bag. I'll never forget sweet chili Doritos they have now. They were Taco Bell Doritos back then. And I would leave the bag on his front seat. So by the time he left my house, got back to his house, he had eaten the whole bag of Doritos. Yeah, Mikey, I ate that whole bag. I said, why? I couldn't help it. Right. So he turned to me and said that I would leave the Doritos and it wasn't fair because he had an eating disorder. And just little shit like that, like it just real life stuff that he would just take in these promos to make it just seem completely absurd why he turned on me.
How long before you started working with Mick Cactus before you were told this is what's going to happen? I don't know how like fleshed out the entire feud was going to be, but I mean, was it like fly by the seat of your pants at that time, or was it? Well, I don't. You've nodded at me then, so it's just you turned up to the ECW arena. It's like this is what you're doing this week.
For the most part. So I knew we were building to a match with Cactus. Well, even when I teamed with Cactus, they told me that night, "Oh, you're replacing Terry Funk." So shut the fuck up. Like, there's no fucking way that's gonna work. Like, please, I would kill me if I came out replacing Terry Funk.
But that was true as well. You really because Terry like double book and didn't turn up, or why did Terry not
You
show up?
don't, I don't, I don't remember the story, but it was the night of the NWA tournament, and it was supposed to be Cactus and Terry against the Public Enemy, and Terry wasn't coming. And they decided, I don't know who they are, it was Paulie or Cactus or Todd Gordon or whoever it was, said that the only person that could replace Terry Funk that they wouldn't shit on would be me. I think they thought 911, but I don't think they were kind of like, yeah, they picked me. And it fucking worked. I don't know how or why, because I would have shit all over it. If I was a guy in the front row, I would have been pissed. Um, But yeah, so I knew when Cactus signed with WWE. I don't know when he was finishing up. I think he told me like March. I think he told me. But he said, Mikey, we got to get this singles match in. Because I thought he was going to do a thing with Dreamer. I thought that was going to go and then he'd do the blow off with Dreamer. And he was like, no, the blow off's got to be with you. I said, okay. And then, so I kind of knew 2, 3 months ahead of time that it was going to be me and him. But I had, until then, I really had no, like, I didn't know what we were doing month to month. I just knew that come March, I was going to wrestle Cactus. I didn't know leading up to it what was going to happen until usually that day.
And how long beforehand did you know that Meanie and Stevie Richards would be the two to dance Cactus out of the building that night?
When it happened,
Oh, he never even told you.
I was so pissed. I was so pissed. I was like, no, I don't want, no, it should be me. Like, well, fucking why? And I'm like, ah, I was pissed. I was upset. I go, no, I want the happy reunion, Mikey and Cactus. Cactus gives me the big AOK send off, and then that was it.